Hello. Wait, I've missed where I needed to turn off. Oh. that proper. See you, Aaron, I guess. Hope everybody's having a nice March 32nd, seeing as April Fool's Day was cancelled due to, everything being terrible.
Hello, Dave. That Dave.
Somebody subscribed, but I can't see your name. GG. Come out of there. Sea Dog, you subscribed. Thank you. Chungus not so humongous. Well, it's Kid Chungus, isn't it? This trigger seems very fussy. Where is the actual trigger? Is it like right in again? No. Are the cows fully fed? No. Ah. I see the problem. I do not see the problem anymore. That has to be the best Dave laugh you've ever seen. To be fair, I wasn't expecting it to look that ridiculous. I wasn't expecting to see Kid Chungus. Why can I not put TMR into the cows anymore? I didn't know that at the start of Bannerlord you get to see your character as a child, and maybe making a character that's 90% nose was a bad idea just because of that child's face. That poor child's face. Why can I not put TMR into the cows? Like, hello? Hello? Can I give you food, please, cows? I'm probably going full... Ah! Now I can give the cows food. Probably going full tomato. Yeah. Oh, I was not expecting to see that face, though. To be fair, that was bad. That was really bad. Like, I have a giggle every now and then on streams, but that's one of the rare times where I will just completely break and have a proper belly laugh. My tip side's set wrong. It's probably that, yeah. Right, I think I've got everything, like, done up until... Like, obviously there's a bit that needs weeding, because of course there's a bit that needs weeding. Hello, Simulator Gaming. How are you doing today? Oh. So field 2 is going to require sunflowers. Can I plant sunflowers with this? Not if I do that. Can I plant sunflowers with this? No. What's the new mods? I have no idea. I looked at them briefly, but they didn't really interest me, so I forget. They're very American style, and that's kind of not what I like. Hey, Tiernan. Or the only two that I had, and the vague interest in was the common lines, but they were very American style, so... I need to refill this now. No, no, accept more seeds. You do need more seeds. Oh, it's throwing a hissy fit now because the fertilizer's nearby. Why are you not letting me refill with fertilizer? Am I on... Oh, I'm sorry, your lordship. I'm in slightly the wrong position to fill with fertilizer. Sunflowers are a corn planter. Well, that's fine. Have I gone inside the KFC? Yes. The cover automatically opens when you're near seed pallets. So that wasn't the thing that I needed to concern myself with. I think I'll use a different tractor for the corn planter. Because we've used the terror tank quite a lot. I think it's time to bring out something else. Also, hello VF. If I haven't said hello to you yet, hello VF. I apologize. Hello Brendan. What's Alex's opinion of speeding fines on Sandy Bay? He got up to 1800 yesterday. I'm not even sure how he managed that, but he did hit 1800 pounds in speeding in a single speeding fine. Which honestly is kind of impressive in a way. You made it today. Happy 32nd. Happy March 32nd indeed. April Fool's Day has been cancelled. I'm stealing a joke from a Facebook page I'm part of. I'm on Xbox. I'm on an Xbox controller, but no, I'm on PC. I use an Xbox controller because it's... This is going to say something really picky. I'm not a fan of how the game controls on mouse and keyboard. And I can't be bothered getting the... getting my wheel set up for every stream, so it's easier and more comfortable for me to just use my Xbox controller, because it's just there. I just need to plug one thing in and pick up a controller. Right, that's that put away. Let's get out our completely logically sized class, which is in the correct steering mode. Fantastic. That's how much anything is for. Nothing interesting. Yeah, there's nothing like. Obviously, people are going to be interested in them, but for me and possibly a lot of you guys, nothing of great interest. Yeah, I'm only ever going to give my opinions, and a lot of them on the mod hub are just like, does this interest me immediately? No. Okay, well, I'm not interested then. Could you... Oh, is this the fertilizer tank? Yes. Why is the fertilizer tank so redonkulously huge? This concerns me. 7,000 litres of fertilizer, okay. And how many litres of Seedington? I feel like this is slightly backwards. You have fertilizer forever, but seeds, they will last 5 minutes. Right, field, I used the wrong exit to the yard. Oh well. So this needs to be sunflowers. There we go. Is there an entrance to the fields down here? Slightly stuck. There we go, kind of, yes. I would appreciate an entrance to the fields. There is, but it's slightly less than a jet. By which I mean, there's nothing blocking me from getting in, so I'm getting in. Oh, it's straight into field 2. Fan-dabby-doozy. So field 2 gets the sunflowers. Oh, wait. Whoa. Calm down, Dave. No, it does not get the sunflowers because it's too cold. And there's nothing else to do, so let's... Please tell me I put the timescale mod in. I forgot to put in the timescale mod. Let's just zip through time here. And enjoy how pretty it is at 7:16. Yes, look at how bright everything is. The fact that you need to use your light at night is nice. Summers 2020, thank you for the follow. Hope you're enjoying. And I hope you do enjoy. Happy 2500R is updated to take the holes mod. Yes! Oh, I knew there was a mod I meant to put in. So let's just bring it through to daytime, please. Right. Now, we can't yet actually seed, because it's still 4 degrees. Soil temperature. But what we can do is we can sort the cows. Because we have 100,000 litres of TMR. I did see that, SG, don't worry. I know I have to say this a lot, but I do see every message that goes into chat. I might not necessarily read every single one out loud, but I do see them all. How can you not get excited when a picture of Heather has lightning in the background? Lightning in the background. This is true. That said, I missed what Yana said there, so... on Twitch, so I don't know. Hey Frederick, I'm doing good. This looks like a good map. It is. It's on PC only at the moment. Summers by Oxygen David. I have done some tweaks to the yard. These aren't normally here. These are some scripts that I put in, or some placeables that I put in. I also edited some of the terrain slightly. But it is a very good map, very detailed, very nicely done. Few kind of areas where it's a bit rough around the edges. It's not perfect. There's some areas where it's rough around the edges, some stuff that's broken, some stuff that doesn't work the way that it should. The regulars know that I always kind of get a bit... Oh, I'm facing the wrong direction. People who come here a lot know that, especially with Oxygen David maps, I tend to be hypercritical. The traffic is terrible, yes. The traffic is best turned off. Because it's giant. Oxy's tried to do something cool with it, and it works but, as a set piece, but trying to actually navigate through it, no. Also, I did forget that you could do calves on this map. I won't do them until we start producing milk, because there's no real point in trying to produce calves when you don't have stuff to feed them. So, calves are going to be a thing, it's just that I need to wait until we've got some milk. If you're a good driver, traffic is fine. No, it's if you got small equipment, traffic is fine. If you get big stuff like what I did, it's really not. It actually... I've done the same thing again, haven't I? Yes, I have. Well done, me. Navigating through the traffic is fun. It can be, but when it just like when you literally can't get anywhere. You go through the one worst. Yeah. How do the beef cows work? I don't know. I know very few things about this map when it comes to the technical stuff of things Oxy has added. I know in seasons the beef cows work by you fatten them up and then sell them at a certain age. I don't know what that age is, but you do that. These are Holsteins, which are, if you know your cow breeds in real life, they are milk cattle. So the aim of these cows is to produce butt tons of milk, because I find that's hilariously overpowered in seasons. Right, I'm definitely on the right side this time, but it's not letting me unload. The Moped Rider takes no prisoners. The Moped Rider takes no prisoners because the collision is like hideously huge. The collision on the Moped Rider is large. And then he just starts honking a Dixie horn, which I approve of the Dixie, but maybe less collision. Okay, that's going to be the cow's good for TMR. Hopefully Giants can do something with the traffic in the next version. I hope so. I kind of hope they bring it back to the FS13 style, where it was, where they had pathfinding and whatnot. You can get switched off. Forgot to put you away yesterday. Also, is it just me, or did the corn header move forward since yesterday? I swear it was back in line with the other header. So I'm just gonna, if I can, grab... There's like a 2-inch gap where this works, apparently. You know, bring it back to 13 style. I know, but I mean, I can still hope. I think the traffic needs to be redone somehow. Because having it be cement blocks that basically ignore the fact that the player exists is not a good thing. Class headers still move but despite the patch. Is that what's happening? Alright, Combine can go live up in the big shed over here. Like, I like the idea behind the traffic being on maps because it does bring life, but when it's so irritating that it's a distraction, it does detract a lot. Let's get time moving forward again. Haven't noticed the header moving since the patch. Well, it's definitely moving. Yeah, it's definitely scooting along there. So, something went wrong with the patch. Not gonna say the patch was bad, but something hasn't worked. Whatever fix they tried to put in for the scooting of the header hasn't really worked all that well. That's irritating. Like, this header is fine. This header trailer, not so much. On the bright side, I think FarmSim may have in fact found the solution to perpetual motion. I don't know what... yeah, something's not right there. Like, I don't know what the patch tried to do, because I didn't look at the patch notes, but something's definitely not gone ideally. I'll put it that way. Something's not right. But hey, everybody makes those mistakes. How many mods come out that just suddenly start scooting as soon as you leave them alone. Where's my front loader? It's in this shed. I'm stuck in the wall. Oh, wait, no, it's... No! No, no, no! I wanted this! Actually, hang on. What the hell is Giant's April Fool's video? I honestly have no idea. You once left air next to a carefully stacked load of bales. I mean, the bales tend to explode by themselves anyway. The bales... Grano gets angry if you make a bale stack. Oh, hell yeah! My cows are producing manure, also known as silage. Someone in Discord doesn't like the stream tag system. Oh well. Who is it, RN? Out of curiosity. Because it might be somebody doing it as a joke. Or it might be somebody who gets hideously offended whenever there's like 5 tags in a row. And to them I say... The Discord exists for this YouTube channel, so deal with getting 1 million tags when the YouTube channel is active. Geology rocks. Yeah, I want to hope that's a joke on their part. They may be actually annoyed. I mean, that's their problem, not mine. The way I see it, the Discord exists for the YouTube channel. When the YouTube channel becomes active, like for a stream, you're gonna get tags in the Discord. Basically every creator does it. Where they... Oh. Did... It's an interesting way of filling up the troughs, but okay. Also, have I done a really stupid in Austin Powers myself? I mean, that, or leave Delvacity, like, I'm not gonna be one of these guys that like, hey, gonna get super angry because people are angry the way that I run my Discord. I mean, if you don't like it, leave. I have not Austin Powers myself, as it turns out. Which is a surprise to me, too, to be honest. How silly can I... Oh, dear. Now that I've figured out I can fill up the troughs from there somehow, how silly can I get with it? Can I do this? No. This bound to end good. They should be tagged if they give out about tagging. Don't spam tag people for the sake of it. How much slurry have the cows produced? 23,000 litres overnight. Wonderful. What farm do I use? Sandy Bay Farm? Yeah, Sandy Bay Farm. Did I see what Fahy just did? Oh god. I'm gonna tab out just to see what Fahy's just done. Oh dear. Yeah, Twitch mod view is a new thing. By the way, for those of you on Twitch. It's a change that was made... Hey, Keane! It's a change that was made by Twitch that actually makes sense and improves the experience. Unlike, you know, all of the changes YouTube incessantly makes. So it's nice to see at least one of them getting it vaguely right. You're not mad? It basically, oh my god, you can see the slurry filling up. Got it looking sensible. Look at that slurry spawning in. But yeah, I'm just showing how silly 61 cows can be in seasons if you feed them correctly. Also, I actually happen to know that I've got enough land to deal with 61 cows. I just realized what time it was in game. Yeah, the slurry is hideously OP. Streams are better on Twitch. Like, I really want to pick up the affiliate, but I don't want to... At the same time, I don't want to stop restreaming right now. You left the server. Me. Gonna go clean up the cows. This is the only way in seasons to have cows producing manure and slurry, and the manure production is extremely slow. Are you sure he left the server? Because Fahy doesn't have access to the room that tells me this. He did actually leave the server. I run 9-day seasons all the time. Just because it gives me time to faff about and mess about and do things. Your stream holds back. See, the issue is, like, I don't feel like I do enough Twitch streams to justify going affiliate. Oh, that too, Yanis. I forgot about that bit. How much food do the cows require? Lots. I like 9. 6 is good too. Like, they're both good for different reasons. Am I trying to troll people by any chance for April Fools? With what? April Fools is cancelled. Today's March 32nd. I heard it's been moved to August the 1st this year. Due to COVID-19. Which, by the way, is the only COVID-19 April Fool's joke that is even vaguely acceptable. I've heard of people putting their Facebook statuses as they have it, and that's no. 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 Six only gives you 2 days to do stuff, 2 days in every spring span. That's kind of the additional thing, is like it's extra time for when the weather decides to be an ass. You're on 9-day seasons with 15 Tims. That's a lot of coffee. Delvassi, that's a lot of Tim Hortons. Like, are you okay? If you constantly have 15 Tim Hortons. You had a fun start today with snow outside. Seasons is broken, yes. Go fix it. In all seriousness though, I might have a think about becoming affiliate and moving at least some streams directly over to Twitch. 15 next time! That makes a bit more sense. Because Twitch, I find it's Twitch is better to stream on. Straight up, it doesn't give you a headache every time you try and start a stream. Like, aside from the fact that, and me and Lanny were talking about this last night, it's straight up easier to make a bit of money on Twitch. Like, from a more business-minded side point of view, it's easier to make money on Twitch, easier to be profitable. It's more fun. Because you got chat games and whatnot, and, you know, why not? Have I broken the trailer? I mean, Twitch has copyright things, it's just nowhere near as bad as YouTube. Oh, damn it, I meant to turn around. You know, it'd probably be easier if I just swapped the tip side, but I'd still need to turn around regardless, so, eh. We're driving around the factory up north near the beach. Yes, there is! Alex, I'm gonna zip up there actually because I want to show something off that is slightly not correct. That I found, was it last night? No, off. Let's see, which direction do I need to ping? This direction. Playing Doom Eternal. I'm not into Doom. I'm more into Mountain Blade. I streamed it a bit last night because Carturix was stunningly kind and bought it for me as a gift on Steam. And I made Chungus Humungus, a man whose face is 90% nose. Picked up the unicorn skin for the Slayer today. Oh god. Over here. So I've come all this way just to show you this. And look at the wheels. They're doing a spinny. They don't really need to do a spinny. That's slightly odd and slightly wrong. But yeah, there is a loader driving around up here. There it is. It cares not if you are nearby. It is just on rails and will run you over. It's all rainbows and sparkles. Yeah, not a fan of Doom, to be honest. Never really appealed to me. It's never really been something I've been even mildly interested in, actually. Right, where's the slurry pickup point? Because it should flag up how much slurry is in there. I'm guessing it's here. The wind is moving them. Unknown thickness. How can it be? How can 0 be 27% thick? Oh, fine. That's 0% thickness. Thick. Mid-spring, 5 degrees soil temperature. I'm gonna hold off another day in the hopes that we get like 7 degrees soil temp. VF streams on YouTube and Twitch. He just alternates now. He does some Twitch only streams. Which, frankly, the way the Twitch works, I'm more willing to be a bit less PG on Twitch. If you didn't notice from the Twitch only streams I've done so far. Like last night's. Where I started singing along to... What was I singing along? Was it AC/DC I was singing along to last night? Slurry's still spawning in at a rate of knots. Celsius. I'm willing to take that risk. At 6. Too much run and gun for your liking. Honestly, it's just not something that I... Like, it's not even that it's run and gun, it's just that I don't like it. Alex likes to put Iron Maiden AC/DC on, yes. It won't grow, but it might not die, which kind of is my main concern. I also need to... Oh god, I really need to get the weeder out. In fact, that's probably a better first job. It's a good stress reliever. I mean, a lot of games are good stress relief. Let's go grab the weeder. Where did I put it? Oh yeah, it's down there. Because I can't figure out how to reverse the damn thing. There's a dip behind the traffic gets borked. Yeah, that happens on a surprising amount of maps. Where they leave the map and there's a dip and it gets very confused. That is definitely still broken. Holy cow. Could you scoot please, because I need to pick up the weeder that's beside you. There we go. Completely logically sized weeder for this map, of course. Absolutely nothing wrong with this. I want to see some... I think this weeder is a bit small for this map. I mean, let's face it, I've got Field 24 as a starter field VF. Because I decided to go different. Which may or may not be... Just screw the hedges, I'm just going to drive straight through. I decided to be different and get Field 24 as a starter because, hey, who else is going to be that stupid? Hence why I've got huge machinery. That might be an idea, Bradley. I don't know if there's another one that'll deal with corn header is the problem, though. Will this get rid of stage multiple growth? No. I might not be able to deal with this problem. You just found 7 floating trees. Yeah. This map is, Hey, SFTN. This map seems to be slightly less tested than Oxy's usual maps. I don't know why. What's gone wrong here? Oh. The weeder has got stuck on... Oh, that's what the problem was. I had no throttle. Let's see, where's the sprayer? Can I herbicide the weeds? Season gets very angry with them when weeds pop up. Any in-game one will carry the corn header. Are you sure? That was some sweet air I got in a giant ass sprayer. You can herbicide them because you do it all the time. Okay. Also, I missed a bit with seeding. You can totally herbicide these. Yes. 100% you can herbicide these. Look at me herbiciding the weeds. Right. That's not gone well, has it? Game trailer release today was any moddings from 13. Must have had permission to convert it then. I know I recognized the trailer from somewhere. It works for you. It doesn't work for me for some reason. It never has. Person writing in Cyrillic lettering. Could you speak English? Because I can't read Cyrillic, I'm afraid. So I guess all I can do now is just put down sunflowers and hope that I can deal with the weed issue at some point soon, because that's going to be problematic very quickly. That is going to get very problematic very quickly indeed. It's a bit of a shame that the Platinum DLC didn't come with the giant-ass manure tanker for the Zerion. Because, like, this is the saddle track. It has a fifth wheel. It's a shame that it didn't come with any saddle track equipment. Can I use weeder when the crops? Can't. I mean, maybe. I thought it was the weeds that had to be on the first growth stage. Where's the water located? I would imagine the sea. Silly answer, but that's probably correct. Actually, there's definitely like a pool over by the shop that you could use for water. Have a look on the Seasons Help tab. Where's the Seasons Help tab? Oh, it's in this menu, isn't it? Advanced Knowledge, Animals, Sugarcane, Making Money, Shop, Misc, Seasons. I'm guessing it's going to be under arable crops. Stop. Winter kill most crops when spring if possible. Crop yield by weeding or spraying. Fully grown, fully fertilized 3 times. So also needs to be nutritious, not too compact. Rotate the crops every year to learn more about compactions. It doesn't seem to talk about weeding at all. Miscellaneous. Seasonal effects. Soil, crops intro. Yeah, it doesn't talk about weeding. Dazzling61, thank you very much for the follow, dude. Hope you are enjoying, hope you enjoy. Feel free to say hi in chat. Thought it did. I mean, it mentions that you got a weed, but it doesn't say that, you know, oh, weeds are gonna be evil. Did anyone else see the goats that were running through the Welsh town? I mean, wildlife is going a bit mental because humanity's come to a grinding halt for the time being, so you're gonna see some weird stuff. Including, like, I did see that there was an animal seen in a city somewhere. I can't remember where exactly it was. But the animal was thought to have been extinct because it hadn't been seen in like 20 years, and then it just shows up last week in a... I think it was in Asia, in an Asian city. Just roaming the streets like, I'm not dead, I was just hiding from you guys because you're scary now. Stocko, thank you very much for the raid. That's the first time that notification's ever worked, and that's scary. Hey, Stocko. And Silver, hello, hello, hello. Oh, good lord, I forgot I even had that notification. Everybody from Stocko stream. Oh, that was... That scared me a little. I'd forgotten I even set that as a notification. 69 on Twitch now. Oh god, Landy's not gonna believe me when I say I had a peak of 69 on Twitch. I'm telling you now. Because I'm gonna tell him later and he's not gonna believe me. He's gonna think I'm kidding. Big Man 2400, thank you very much for the follow. 71? Is a fish that's thought to be extinct for millions of years. Turns out it's alive in South Africa. Yeah, like they're finding all sorts now that they thought was dead. You the dump truck video, yes. Just, you know, a casual 250,000 horsepower. Hey, big man. Twitch is now main chat. Sorry, YouTube. How's everyone doing? I'm doing pretty good, all things considered. This is the biggest stream I've had in months. How is everything doing over? I've got no notifications worth caring about on my phone, which is nice. It's always nice to check your phone and just see, like, oh, here's some random notifications you don't need to care about. It's gotta be Simulator. That's one hell of a name. Hello. Tuna Rin. Thank you very much for the follow. Not using GPS. No, I don't think I've got it enabled on this map. I can't remember what mods I enabled and what ones I didn't. I need to do a mod clear out at some point, possibly over the weekend, and just get rid of mods that I never use. And for some reason I've got a couple of duplicates, and I don't know how I've managed that. Like, I have, for some reason, 2 of the excavator. Of the Black Sheep excavator. I have no idea how the hell I've managed to get 2 of them, but I've got 2 of them. I've got version 1.0 and 1.0.0.1, and I do not recall. It shouldn't, like, I'm guessing they changed the name slightly in between versions. Which is the only explanation that makes sense. And at some point I had both of them active on some maps. Like, why would I do this? For those of you wondering, yes, I do vape, bro. One of my few bad habits. Actually, one of my only bad habits. Dave asking why he does the things he does. I know. It's gotta be simulators. Thank you very much for the follow, dude. Hope you enjoy, and you are enjoying, and you will enjoy it all this. Enjoy them up. Absolutely. I have been looking forward to this. Stocko, thanks for the follow, dude. I've been looking forward to this map for so long. And, like, actively avoiding any coverage of it from, like, Daggerwin or on Facebook, so I went into this a couple of days ago completely blind, and I feel so rewarded because every time I do that I feel like the map is better somehow. The dog keeps cracking you up. SFTN, thank you for the follow, dude. That notification is actually my favorite of all the notifications I've got set. The combination of the face and the noise just is perfect. Feel like you've joined the party over here. Yeah, the party's on Twitch suddenly. It's gone from the YouTube party to the Twitch party. I'm surprisingly fine with this. Got Sandy Bay yesterday, not starting until you finish up on Oakfield. You can do both. I've not played it in a while, but I've still got a Shamrock Valley save going. Hang on, apparently the weeder did actually do something over in the other field, and I'm not sure what. Because there's a bit of a field that's... I don't know what this map... What Seasons is trying to do here. I'm slightly concerned. By the way, if my game looks slightly different with Seasons than yours does, it's because I've got a lighting mod in that I had to install into Seasons. It's available on Mod Nexus. It's called, I think it's called Lighting Overhaul, Light System Overhaul or something like that. And you have to manually install it into Seasons. You have to change files. So if you're not confident doing that, maybe don't. But there is a readme on how to do it. And basically what it does is it just makes it so the colors are a bit more colourful. The game looks ever so slightly less washed out than usual. Because sometimes I do feel like the game looks washed out, even with Seasons. So having it be really colourful is a massive and really nice change. It's a mod I'd recommend to everybody. Yeah, if you do install it, make a backup of whatever file you're editing, because you can do it to maps to the base game, which that's one where you definitely 10,000% need to back up your files. You do not want to break your game. And you can do it to Seasons. Like, if it's a map or Seasons, you can just re-download the map or Seasons. But base game, that's when you're running into this might break your game forever problems. And I am actually going to put it into my base game at some point. Hey, Murphy. Hope all is well. All is well. It's unusual seeing Restream chat filled with Twitch. Uh-oh. I'm stuck in a tree. Could you maybe not be stuck in a tree? Thank you. Always, like, I'm as bad as Courseplay at finding things to wallop beside fields, I swear. Also, I think my phone just beeped. I think my phone beeped because I'm getting like a million notifications through Twitch now suddenly. Have I looked at No Man's Land? No, it doesn't look like the kind of map that I'd enjoy. It's like, I know it's a survival map and it's got its own kind of playstyle because of that, but I kind of end up turning a lot of maps into survival maps just by accident. I'm also just going to turn time onto ×5 for funsies. I tend to turn maps onto survival maps just because of the way that I put like certain machinery in or decide to play with certain weird rules. So if I'm on a survival map, I can make anything a survival map. Like in FS17, I had a survival map on the west coast where I was only allowed to use 100 horsepower. I think it was 100 horsepower less, and the smallest machinery I could find at the start. So Courseplay was going absolutely mental. For No Man's Land, you have to make fields yourself. I mean, that's kind of an additional problem, is I'm terrible at trying to make fields in-game. I'm much happier doing it in G. Like, I like the idea behind it. I don't like the thought of doing it myself. Or playing it. Twitch is happy and no buffer. YouTube 480p and buffer. Twitch has better... Twitch straight up has better encoders than YouTube. Twitch is far better for streaming and for watching streams than YouTube. Like, there is no comparison there. That's why I want to try and move the streams over to Twitch entirely. Disney Polish maps all looks nice. All Polish maps look nice. Polish maps are just, they always invariably have like really, really nice detail. YouTube set 480 is default now. Yeah, because they're trying to save bandwidth for people who are working from home. You can override it. Because 480p to me looks like potato quality. I don't like 480p videos, so I just boost it up to like 720 or 1080 because that's how I enjoy watching videos on YouTube. But For streams, I really, really think Twitch is better. Also, 720p is no longer HD for some reason. I don't know why that is, actually. I mean, technically it's not HD. It used to be HD on, like, mobiles, but now mobiles... My phone can do 1080p. And it's nowhere near top of the line. I realised, by the way, that I've actually screwed up the crop rotation ever so slightly because this field is supposed to be in corn and I'm not going to start over with it. Field 1 was supposed to get sunflowers. This field was supposed to get corn, but I'll just reverse it for fields 1 and 2. It's fine. As long as I remember what crop was in it last, it'll be fine. Kim Jong-un ordering Chinese. What? That's more than a bit weird, Aaron. Like, I'm not judging, but that's a bit weird. Says the guy who absolutely loves finding the weirdest gifts possible on Discord and using them incessantly. Your Samsung J3... I think I used to have a my last phone was a J5? It's now like an A40 or 50? I don't know what the number is. I should know, but I don't. I know my phone number, and that's all I really need to care about with my phone. It works. It's not dead yet, so... Although I do need to... next time somebody goes shopping, I need to ask them to get me top up for my phone, because my mobile provider is like, hey, you should probably top up your phone because you can't use the internet. It's been a while since you topped up, and yeah, I need to get some credit onto my phone just to keep the number alive, because they do have a habit of trying to disconnect me if I don't top up in forever. Which, less than ideal. You get called weird by me, you've crossed the line. Probably true, Jeremy. Probably true. I mean, I am the guy who has streamed in a Chewbacca onesie and then sang Barbie Girl afterwards, so... I can do it from home, I just don't have enough money in my bank account to do it from home. That's kind of the issue. Twitch is so much better. It is. Like, it's better to watch because the quality is just straight up better, even if you're on a lower, technically lower quality than what you'd be on YouTube. Yeah, 360p on Twitch is much better than 480p on YouTube. And Bar Ice. I never sang Bar Ice. Is that the problem with your phone? The cheapest contract's only one time bill a month. Yeah, but I'm kind of happier being on top of only, because I get 7.5 gigs free internet if I top up by €10, which actually I could top up by €10. Just realized that. Could do that. Barbie. How did Barbie autocorrect to Bar Ice? I think the biggest downside of Sandy Bay for me so far, honestly, is that I've decided to play with seasons, so... Yeah, we're only on day 5. I've not been able to do any of my beloved mowing yet. But come late spring, I will be in my element. Mowing all of the grass. Although, actually, I might have a look at what grass fields we do own. I might buy another, because slightly concerned. What grass fields do we own currently? 21, and that's it. Yeah, I'm gonna buy field 34. Just because I'm slightly concerned I accidentally hired a worker. Slightly concerned that we won't have enough grass to deal with the 60 odd cows that we have. And as is my tradition, first cut is always silage. Spring cut is always silage, because it makes sense. So when you do silage in real life, it's when I do silage in seasons. I technically own 3 grass. Oh, because of... I guess... I'm much happier having an extra grass field, though. It gives me, I'd rather have too many grass fields than not enough. Hashtag silage makes sense. It does, because like the spring cut, the grass is too wet to make... Like the grass is too wet to make hay, and the odds of it raining are so high that there's no point in trying to make hay. It's the summer and kind of moving into autumn when you want to be making hay. Grass field right next to the yard. Oh, the one the cows are... I mean, the one the cows are in, yeah, but I've got a lot of stuff in that that's taking away from it, so... Again, I'd prefer to have more grass than I need than not enough. It's... I'm playing it safe. I'm playing it safe because there's nothing worse than not having enough of something. Although I think with Field 24 and oats, we might just have enough straw for a while. Especially seeing as I'm not giving the cows any straw. Because I want infinite silage. Not infinite silage, infinite slurry. Although starting off with 60 is probably a mistake because they grew to 100 very quickly on Shamrock Valley, and slightly concerned they'll do the same on this map. I mean, on the bright side, I can cheat out probably 5 million right now. In spring, the grass is really sugary. And you mean behind the headers? Behind the headers is Field 21. You managed to turn a seeder around the yard, only a 27-point turn. Yeah, good luck with trying what I'm trying. You've broken another thing. Well done, Aaron. Like, it seems every day you manage to break something. That's kind of impressive in its own way. The field behind the header says no number. Field 21 is the next one. I mean, again, I'm much happier with more than enough grass than not enough. Because if I've got more than enough, I can just sell some silage at the BGA. Infinite silage, you've just got the interest of every Irish farmer in the 30-mile radius. The true love of the farmer is slurry. Because that is free fertilizer, yo. Only reached 315. You put your gearing too long, Yanis. Because I've got it up to 320 at Monza. You might need to shorten the gearing a bit. Your true love of farming is John Deere's. Everybody's gonna like something different. And nobody's wrong, unless you don't like the Massey 135, in which case you are wrong. Because everybody knows the Massey 135 is the greatest tractor ever built. Don't know what was said there, but Yanis immediately bopped it. It was apparently very bad. What was said? I'm curious. Not begging. they say after begging. You did shorten it, you're running some aero. There's your problem. If you want to run some aero, run wing 1. Like, 100% seriously, you can run one notch of wing and be fine. Also, because I did that, I've broken things now. You come up there, you come up there, and then you come back behind that, and then back into game. There we go. The Ferguson TE20 is, of course, the second greatest tractor ever made because it is indestructible. It just does not die ever. Why am I so itchy? Remember, kids, don't touch your face. Don't do what I do. Do what I say. Or try not to touch your face, at least. 135 was the first. I've never driven a tractor in real life. Like, I'd love to drive a 135, but I've never driven one in real life. Soviet Equipment wants to have a word with you. Soviet Equipment is based on the TE20, it's fine. Plus, Soviet Equipment was very destructible, it's just that they built so many spares of everything that it didn't matter. Key difference. Corn for field 1. I hate Oxy slightly for putting the collisions on the damn poles. Gonna be honest, the temptation is there to download G just to take the collisions off those poles. Everything's made from the same bits, so it can never die. Yeah, but there's a difference between everything being made from the same bits, so there's plenty of spares, and something being actually indestructible. First tractor you ever drove was the 3090 Massey. I mean, technically I drove a JCB, but I was like 6. If not younger. And I just had control of the steering wheel. So, I wouldn't really count that as driving. Unless you count anything diesel as being a tractor, in which case the first tractor I drove was a VW Passat TDI. You've 135, you used it for a year on L plates because you couldn't pass your theory. GG. Can't I just edit them? Yeah, but I have to download Giants Editor and that takes effort. I know exactly what to edit. I know exactly how to do it. I'm just too lazy to. Because, like, downloading Giants Editor is a faff. Unzipping the map is a faff. Finding the correct transform group is the faff. Individually selecting every pole and it's a faff. Is there... Hang on. Why are the LODs on that specific wire set so low? First tractor you drove was a T150K. I mean, that's actually kind of impressive. Isn't that one of the huge, massive ones? That said, there is somebody. There is very likely somebody in this world who their first tractor they drove was a Kurovets. And I'm jealous of them. Because Like, you can't get better than a Kirovets in terms of silly tractors. Jamesy Kid 1992, thank you very much for the follow, dude. Hope you enjoy, hope you are enjoying, and feel free to say hi in chat. I don't know what to say to followers. That's why it's so awkward. It's like, hello, thank you, and yes, I enjoy things. Big articulated tractor T150K looks similar to a Kirovets. Ah. Your loader has more horsepower than the tractor. Yeah, but the loader would want to have more horsepower, is the thing. Because it's got to lift things. It's got to produce power for hydraulics. Jezza Welker, yeah. I mean, they really have the best first tractor to drive. Like, what was the first tractor you drove? The Big Bud. What? Like, yeah, everybody coming in was like, oh, a Massey 135, a Massey this, a Massey that. And then Welker kids just come in. A Big Bud. Like, they win all of the arguments about what's the best first tractor to drive. The startup smell. Yeah, so have you been sniffing tractors again? We've been through this. Sniffing tractors is a bad habit. I'm sure we've talked about sniffing tractors, Yanis. Welker Farms rebuild their tractors a lot. I mean, they have to. The thing about Big Buds is, like, there aren't any spare parts. And they're old. Maybe ice emoji. Couldn't you use Kappa, no? Half the tractors, they've either rebuild them. You'll find that a lot of farms do that, it's just they don't usually put it out in the open. Like, One Only Farmer does it. You've seen someone play hot cross buns on an old Massey with gears. Okay. Have you ever seen the videos of the Formula 1 cars they made sing? Because they were funny. Like, that's just engineers getting bored and realizing Formula 1 cars can sing by putting out different rev bands on the engines. Your first tractor's a push along when you were a kid. I mean, that totally counts. I'm sorry that today's stream is like all seeding, but that's all we really have to do. Happy birthday song. I preferred the Renault sing. Was it La Marseillaise that it sang? And no, it was God Save the Queen, and it just couldn't hit like half the notes because they were too low. Like, they'd actually put God Save the Queen into the wrong key for the car, so it just kind of honked. It just kind of hit idle and sounded like it was farting. Because it could not get low enough revs. N2's going on approach into land there, in the distance. Or I should say on final. Whoever's flying that N2 is like really bored, because he comes out, does a few loops, and then just lands. Like, it must be a student pilot. Nothing else makes sense. The AN2 is actually a student pilot. 4,000 RPM is ideal for F1 cars, or was a bit higher. I can't remember. I think F1 cars were idle at like 3,500, 3 or 4,000. Or at least the V8s did. Obviously the V6s are idle a bit lower. I'm waiting for the day where somebody makes a Formula 1 car, or a Formula 1 engine, that actually just idles like a normal car. Like, it produces 7,000 horsepower, sure, but it idles at 250 RPM. What does it max out at? 250,000 RPM. How many gears does it have? None. You just accelerate. The RPM does all the work for you. What does it sound like at top speed? We've never got it that high, but it does start whistling at about 200 miles an hour. We think at top speed of 400 miles an hour, it might start actually singing. Also, it's a bit of a shame that CVT got banned in Formula 1 immediately. Which, I don't know if people knew this. Back in the 90s, the Williams Formula 1 team actually developed CVT for Formula 1. But it got immediately banned. Like, it never raced. It was used in like 3 test sessions and abandoned. What job do I find boring in Farm Sim? Probably actually seeding. Because, like, sure, you're getting something done, but like, it's just changing the ground from one color of brown to a slightly different shade of brown. So it doesn't feel rewarding at all. It's just a means to an end for me. And the end is the harvest? You know, I maybe should have bought a bigger pair of seeders. What I'm going to do, though, is I think I've got almost everything. So I'm going to just cheat... Money... Nope, needs capital M. Minus 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I've taken 5 million out of the save now. So we're down to an amount that might prove slightly challenging, because I do still need to buy some stuff. CVT could work like an Autobox, which would be programmed to track specific, which at the early stage was a bit of advantage to Williams. Oh, for sure. But it was just weird seeing a Formula 1 car go out of the pits in effectively 6th gear. Because it just kind of rumbled away. Buy bigger seeder, it's going to take me all day with this seeder. I mean, it's not going to take all day, it's just going to take a little while. Plus, I don't want to start off with, like, huge mungus equipment on everything. You know, this is 8 meters. I actually doubt you'd use much bigger than this in fields. Well, field 24 kind of throws everything off. Is the problem. And kind of the secondary issue is trying to get in between the blooming telephone poles. Like, if I got much bigger than 8 meters, it would get stuck in between the telephone poles. And I'd need to unfold it and fold it and unfold it a million times just to do this bit of the field. That said, I'm already getting stuck on the telephone poles a lot, so who knows? A little while. Yeah. No, the temptation is definitely there to just buy a bigger seeder. How much would a bigger seeder cost? let's have a look. Our bigger planter, I should say. Because we're using this one. The next one up is 129k. I do, like, most of the work manually, but I do hire workers and use Courseplay from time to time as well, just to do the really boring stuff. Just because, like, the way I see it, Farm Sim is best when you're doing the work yourself. Because the hired workers tend to give up at random points, and Courseplay tends to just find things to hit. So there's no ideal situation where, you know, everything's working the exact way you want it, unless you're doing it yourself. Do I get a bigger seeder? Because the next one up is 12 meters, but it is expensive, and I still haven't got any slurry equipment. And I will need a bit of slurry equipment. But the bigger problem is I don't have any slurry equipment, and I forgot to turn on the mods that I meant to turn on for the slurry. Then poles must be annoying me there. They are! They annoyed me immediately, and they're just getting worse. That's why I'm anti-pole collisions. Especially in, like, big fields where you're gonna have big equipment kind of naturally driving around it, because the big equipment's gonna struggle to get around the poles all the time. If it's in a small field, you're probably gonna have like 3 meter equipment anyway, so it's not as big of a deal. Like in that field there, field 21. Oh, that is. Oh, we do own an extra grass field. Yeah, in field 21, like, it's not as big of a deal because I only have small grass equipment. You're making this a grass field in your game? That's possibly a good idea. But I kind of like having challenge. I've just realized a new problem. I've just realized that the harvester I have is a class Lexion. And I'm going to struggle to get equipment. I'm going to struggle to get that through this field. So you're going to get some super derpy harvesting from the Lexion just because it'll possibly be the only way I can actually get it to work. There's a limit to how much I can do with the Lexion in this field. So this might end up as all grass as well. Made yourself dizzy seeding around these last night. Yeah. Like, I like that they have collisions because it's realistic, but I don't because it's annoying. I hate them because they're annoying. Despite being realistic. Just take the collisions out. That's probably what I'll do over the weekend. Because I really just can't be bothered downloading GE today and faffing about with it. So I'll probably over the weekend come in and delete the collisions. Nice idea, it's just blooming annoying. But, like, the problem that Oxy faces with the pole collision specifically is it's... No matter what he does it wrong. Because if he takes the collisions off, there's going to be a certain group of people who are going to be really annoyed because it's unrealistic to not have collisions on the poles. If he leaves the collisions on, he annoys another group of people, myself included, who say, no, the poles don't need to have collisions. They like, in a big field like that, they shouldn't have collisions because the game doesn't deal with them. The game doesn't deal with collisions very well. Especially when you're like hiring workers and using Courseplay and whatnot, it just causes headaches. So So like it's an unwinnable situation for Oxy where no matter what he does, it's wrong. To somebody. Middle ground, no poles. I mean, yeah, that is definitely the middle ground. There's the Antonov flying over again. You should put an option for them at the start of the game. You can't do that, unfortunately. It's got to be simulator. You can't have stuff have optional collisions, which does kind of suck. It's either collisions are on or collisions are off. There's no way you can make it an optional thing. Because they're hard coded into the map. That's the problem Oxy faces, is he has to make the decision one way or the other. Because it would be silly for him to release two different versions of the map, one with collisions on or one with collisions off. That's Jim mentioning him off wrong. That's a decision Oxy has to make. It's a decision the map maker has to make. You can do it. You can like turn collisions off, but you got to download Giants Editor to do it because it's hard coded into the map. There's no script or anything you can use to have collisions be optional. And that's why I say like it's no matter what Oxy does, it's wrong to somebody, because he's the one who has to at the end of the day make the decision, and there's arguments equally valid for both positions. And you'll always find the different map makers decide to go with different sides of that argument. Even Oxy himself sometimes just turns collisions off. This time he decided to be a troll and leave them on. So I might edit, for the first time in 2 years, edit a map. Just to take the collisions off the poles. May also come in and just fix some minor terrain stuff that I noticed. Because it's a bit easier to do in G. Like the power lines, the field border, one tiny grass. Yeah, that would totally work. But no, I'll go into G and just tweak some small stuff over the weekend. I won't do it before the weekend. But over the weekend I'll come in and tweak some small stuff. There's a shed that I want to fix up there. Actually, I want to fix like an entire area over there, and at the main yard, and just tweak the poles and some other small little things that are barely going to be noticeable, but I'll know that they're there. Which is my style of map editing, if you never knew. What's wrong with the sheds? There is a shed. Let me show you. This shed here, normally you can kind of see that I've evened it out a bit. The floor isn't 100% correct, and there's a divot under the shed. Can I sink into the ground to show you? Yeah, there's a divot in the ground under the shed. There it is. Right there, and the tires come through the floor to sink into it. So that's like one thing that I will likely fix. Like I said, subtle changes, but ones that I know are there. And just fixing some of the minor bugs that I know I can fix fairly quickly and easily. That's gonna bug you? I'm sorry. It's likely that Oxy will have to put out an update of the map, to be quite honest. There's areas that need revisiting. like myself and Landy Kid were on the map the other night and just... Was it last night or the night before? We just kind of went through and ripped bits to shreds. Just to kind of half looking, half not for problems, just finding them. Just a pork chops with gravy, Yorkshire puds and mashed potato. Very nice indeed. So, like, Oxy knows that if me and Landy start ripping a map to shreds, we're going to find a lot of stuff. But we don't do it out of being mean. We do it out of, hey, this map could be better. Here's how. Here's some stuff that you missed. Because we did do map testing for him for a couple of maps. And those maps released without many well, some bugs, sure, that we missed, but without many major noticeable ones. And that's the kind of stuff that we notice immediately. Even some of the more subtle stuff we notice immediately. Much to Oxy's chagrin. And like, the worst thing is, once I notice a problem, I can't unsee it. Once I see a problem with something, it's there forever. You gotta learn to use GE so you can map yourself. There's so many things in many maps that bug you. Honestly, it's gotta be simulator. First step to learning GE, download it. And break a map. This is gonna sound stupid. Download it. Try and do something to a map. You will break a map. Just do one thing. Bring a map into game. And you'll find that odds are you've accidentally broken it in some way, shape or form. Because that is how everybody learns GE. It is by breaking things. And the learning process is, okay, I've done this and this broke. So clearly this does this. So if I want to tweak this, I need to do it carefully so that it doesn't break things. Like the very first time I used GE Translator, I made an entire map. I don't know how I did it, but every model in the map was flat. And I have absolutely no idea how I did it, but the entire map had just been flattened to the ground. So I learned to maybe pay a bit more attention to what I was doing. And I did make like a good half of a map before, and wasn't happy with my work, so I gave up. Don't know if the Unimog is mint? Yes. The Unimog is just a good mod. Thoroughly recommend. I am out of corn. Do I... yeah. Because I can sell off this one. Get 140... No, that... sell off this one. Right. We're going bigger. We're going up 12 meters. Actually, is this 12 meters too? It's slightly more expensive though. But it's still on brand. This one folds up nicer though, so I'm gonna go with this one. Down to the shop we go. Actually, no, I'm not gonna go to the shop. I'm gonna... Oh, can't vault the wall. Have to use gates. Boring. Also, if you're wondering how the hell I'm able to run so fast in Farm Sim, I have cheat mode enabled, which gives you some extra dev tools. Because it's super useful for, number one, setting up maps, but number two, just bug testing stuff. You. Reset, please. Hey, look, it's appeared. Oops. There we go. How do you get the cheat mode? If you're on Steam, set the launch options to dash cheats. Dash and then the word cheats. Cheats. Right. I need to look at this. Oh, hooray! Just insta-fills with seeds. This carries less seeds than the one I was just using. I feel gypped. The 9-meter seeder carries more seeds than the bigger one. Also, you might have noticed I've neglected to put fertilizer in. That's because I'm heading back to the field to fill it with fertilizer over there. There is a way if you're using it like a Giant Strike download or a disc version, but apparently, like, I did a tutorial on it, apparently I got it horrifically wrong. But it's in like properties somewhere where you've got to enter it in a very specific way. Right, give me the fertilizer, please. All of the fertilizer. I want to fertilize my fields. Possibly, Alex. It really depends on what I want to do tonight. I might want to play some X-Plane and go on VATSIM for a bit. In which case, I won't do any Mountain Blade. Because like going on VATSIM is a thing I still want to do. It's still on my like list of things what I want to do, but I need to do off camera for now at least. There we go. This is just straight up smaller than the one I was using. But I mean, it's wider, so away we go. But cheat mode, cheat mode is only useful if you know some of the commands that you get. Like GS Cheat Money. I think there's one to buy all fields, but I rarely use that. I mainly use cheat mode for like running super fast and cheating in money, because it's a lot easier than XML edits or using mods. Although if you've got the Easy Dev Console, I think is the name of the mod. The one where you press F11 and you just choose a random cheat. Yeah, that is just as good. It gives you pretty much the same commands. I just because I know what I'm doing. I've used it. I've used the Dev Console for a while now. It's easier to just use the typed commands for me. I put down herbicide in that field. Why does it not like the fact that I don't understand what I'm doing wrong? I put down herbicide when the crop's growing and there's already weeds and it doesn't kill the weeds. I put down herbicide before the crops grow and the weeds grow anyway. I don't understand what I'm doing wrong with seasons. On the bright side, the weeder is already at the field. I have to admit, my favorite DLC from Giants has to be Platinum. Like, there's not even an argument in my eyes. It's like Platinum just had a really good mix of equipment. That said, I'm looking forward to Straw Harvest next week, and then the Modern Classics redo At some point after that. Nobody, not even Mad XGS knows when the modern classics are dropping again, but they're dropping again at some point after Straw Harvest. So I'm looking forward to those two, because modern classics gets me the Loadoll, which is going to be the telehandler I use on this map. There's a reason I haven't bought one, I'm waiting on the Loadoll. And then Straw Harvest just gives you extra stuff to do with seasons. Like making the straw pellets and whatnot is just good winter work in seasons. For when you've got nothing better to do and you just want something to do that isn't faffing about with forestry or trying to work with the snow or incessantly feeding your animals, which, by the way, I will be doing once we get to winter. Fair warning, there's a reason that I've got the giant feed mixer up at the yard. I have learned from I've learned from playing on Shamrock Valley that the best thing to do if you want to get lots of cows in seasons is have a pre-placed feed mixer. So that you can have just tons and tons and tons and tons of animal feed ready to go. And have a big trailer, because you're going to need it. Because you need to feed the animals daily. Also, don't ever give them straw, because they produce way more slurry than they do manure. Hence why, like, there's no straw in my cow pen. There's no need, because they just produce endless amounts of slurry instead. In fact, it's probably enough slurry already to do field... yeah, field 30... probably field 21, I would imagine. I could do right now with slurry. But as we get more cows, the amount of slurry is going to get even more hilarious. And as we learned in Shamrock Valley, if you have watched that, if you're not, you know, if you've been around for a little bit, I'm going to need a truck to move the slurry, even just a short distance. And I'm going to need a truck to move the milk. Because it gets slightly insane. Luckily, we're still a good year out from the milk production well, luckily or unluckily, I'm not sure. We're still about a year out from milk production actually beginning. From the cows, because they have to get to a certain age. But once you do, that means the cows are also breeding, which means they're multiplying quickly. And, you know, in Shamrock Valley, within 2 years, we started off with 50, we had 100 and something. We're gonna hit 100 fairly quickly here, because we're starting off at 63. So, I think cow numbers are going to be even more hideous on this map. But there's a lot more land on this map to work with. So I don't think the panic buying of fields will be as bad. But there will likely be a point where I have to panic buy a field. Because, like, even with the oats, which are the best crop for producing straw in field 24, which is the biggest field we have, that's not going to be enough straw to last a few years. That's going to last a while, but not forever. So I'm fully aware of that. I know where I'm going. You're returned with food, yes. Care to share? Panic buying. I did it on Shamrock. Vivacity. I had to panic buy a field because I'm like, we weren't going to have enough grass on Shamrock at one point. Because the cows are multiplying so quickly that they have got a bigger planter. Because I worked out it was basically going to be free to get this by selling off the smaller one. And with about half the crop rotation needing this, makes sense. No sharing, you haven't had food for 4 hours. Oh. I had a microwavable burger for my breakfast and that's it, but I did have my breakfast at like 3 o'clock. So. Referring to it like Corona panic buying. Panic buying is when you realize you need something, so you buy something a bit overzealously. You can panic buy in any situation. Like, even if it's something you need, you can panic buy it. Like with the, I'll give you an example that I did recently. I bought e-cig oil. There's 5 in this. There's another one of these downstairs. I go through maybe between 1 and 3 a week. I've got 10. I've got about a month's supply now. Granted, it was actually cheaper to buy 10 than it worked out cheaper per bottle to buy 10 than to buy 3. So buying in bulk was actually a better idea, just for saving money over time. So I don't know if that was really a panic buy. Purchase en masse. Yes. It's like the people buying toilet roll. Yeah, people have built toilet roll forts out of the toilet roll they have bought for a virus that causes a cough and pneumonia. But as it turns out, occasionally diarrhea. So maybe they had some, maybe they knew something I didn't. Maybe they thought they'd get the diarrhea version of the virus. Or the diarrhea symptom. Sometimes buying more makes sense. Yeah. Sometimes buying more is actually the smart thing to do because it works out cheaper. There is a fine line between smart bulk buying and panic bulk buying. You know, buying 17 packs of toilet paper at once is panic bulk buying. Buying 10 bottles of e-cig oil at once because it works out cheaper than buying 3 per bottle on a per bottle basis is smart bulk buying. I think the Cornheader trailer has stopped deciding to do the Macarena across the yard, at least. Come on, make the corn... Ah. Having to 3-point turn Azerion because he just can't make the corner you want it to. Reverse. Using the Unimog all the time, who needs tractors? I mean, it's definitely an option. I kind of like using the Unimog as a runabout kind of vehicle. There are plans. I do have a plan to use it for like more than just derping about with it, and more than just shuttling the TMR. Like, I know what I'm going to do with the Unimog as time goes on, but for now it's just going to be used for TMR moving, because that's what it's really most useful for at the moment. Oh no, I want that down. There we go, we'll just weed this field. Because actually, I'm doing more than I need to because I want to experiment here. Ah! I see. So if I weed and then come up behind it with... I'm gonna run an experiment real quick because I might have figured out how weeds work. There's no weeds. There are up there, but I'm doing an experiment at the same... See, look, there's some weeds. I'm doing an experiment. I want to see something. Because something happened in this field that I'm interested in. And I want to see if that's the case. Is it about to stop your view moving because when you go downhill or you look up, it's annoying now? I have no idea, Dovacity, honestly. I tend to just move the camera around myself. Oh, you absolute git. It clipped through the pole and then So there is method behind this madness here. I promise you there's method behind this. I just need to do a surprising amount of this, or like a reasonable amount of this field to find out if what I think is happening is actually happening. Okay, we're getting into the bit where it's gonna show me what I think is happening is happening. Okay. I see. I see. Right. I figured this out now. So if I get these weeds here, which it should let me do, yes, fantastic. I'm just going to go on a quick weed patrol for the bits of the field that I can't see. There shouldn't be many. It looks like there's a small patch over here. I'm just going to drop this and grab that area there. Okay. So I've figured out what I'm doing now. I figured out how weeds work. What is happening? I'm putting herbicide on the field now because I figured out that's going to work. So if you look down the field, you can see where I've sprayed because it's darker. The herbicide wasn't working because the game wasn't recognizing the herbicide as being down. So by spraying the field now, what I'm doing is I'm ensuring that the herbicide is being registered on the field. So this field shouldn't get any weeds. And I'll do the same in the other two fields as well. So you can see that where I've been, there's a dark patch on the field. And it doesn't show up unless I'm at like a reasonable distance, so you can see it kind of crawling along there. It's going to fade off into the distance there, but I am now actually putting down herbicide that's going to work. You gotta seed, then put herbicide down. Okay, that makes more sense. Okay, now I'm understanding. I am of the knowledging. It does unfortunately mean that I'm repeating some jobs that I did yesterday, which kind of sucks, but you can see now that the herbicide is down on the field. It is actually registered as being down, which it didn't do. Well, it did do yesterday because it marked the field as being wet. But now it's marking the field as having herbicide down. I just got the process backwards. Close and seed removes the herbicide. Ah! Can you use snowplows with the Unimog? I mean, yeah, if you put the front hydraulic on. Oh, I've just realized something incredibly dumb. I've just realized something dumb. That brush that I'm using to clean out the cows, if that picks anything up, it turns it into manure. Pretty sure it works on snow. So if it snows on this map, I can go around with that brush and turn it into manure. Ah. Not sure that's intended, but okay. In fact, I'm fairly sure that's not an intended thing, but I mean, I'm gonna abuse it. Coming from the guy who in FS17 made one of those that just instantly produced 5 trillion liters of manure because he figured out the I decoded the script and figured out how to break it. Then it rewrote it slightly so that it would just produce manure endlessly. I've just realized as well I can use that same exploit in grass fields. Oh dear. So, yeah, when we're done baling a field, I'll be going in with a tractor and a brush to make manure? Because... why not? Dave, I'm breaking things. I'm not really breaking it, though. I'm not technically breaking anything. I'm abusing a I'm abusing a feature. There's a slight difference. I really wish there was a different color for stuff that has herbicide down. Because I'm having to try and visualize where the herbicide isn't. And I almost feel like there actually is a slightly different color for where there's no herbicide. But that could just be my visualization. Should look darker, a bit shiny. Yeah, but the entire field has fertilizer on it, which makes it dark anyway. Which is kind of the issue that I'm facing. J, Q. Meow. I missed 2 bits. That's not entirely terrible. When in doubt, cheat. You see how it's not making any difference to the textures? Even on top of that, it'd be good if it did that. Yeah, it totally would be good if there was some sort of visual indicator. Even like little dots or something. Okay, how's that now? That's about as good as I'm going to get that field, to be honest. And I'm going to use this as a test field. Even though it's a sunflower field, I'm going to use it as a test field, because trying to do the other 2 fields, because they all have fertilizer down, is just going to be a pain. Screw your arbitrary boundaries of fences and walls. The Derpmobile cares not. Because it is 90% tire. Alley-oop. Just put this away. Put the deer away. Put everything away now. This can go in with the harvester, I think. Slight roll, but it's fine otherwise. Super zoomed out view should be how it looks. The normal view of textures were made to look like IRL. Yeah, I mean, that's stuff that I think, that's stuff that can be fixed in future games though, isn't it? Let's squeeze this in. That wasn't enough squeezing. Think thin! It's thought thin. Let's see what else needs to be put away. You 2 need to go away. Time's 6:15. I'm just going to leave time tick on at ×5. Will it be fixed? That is the question. But there is a much better question you ask. Will it blend? Do 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 do. If you don't know what a blend, you are clearly new to the internet and you need to watch it. Yes. Herbicide smoke. Don't breathe this. Alright, you can sit in here like this. You're already in. The van can be brought up. That AN2 is actually pretty much to scale, by the way. That's about the right size for it. Will it blend? Fish edition. That's indicators. There we go. See, look at me being all fancy and using indicators. Those aren't indicators. Excuse me, that is an indicator. Do 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 do. How do the doors? That's for that door. That's for that door. Maximum aerodynamics. Air conditioning on full blast, exactly. We've got the air brakes out just to make sure that we're definitely going to slow down in time. It's fine. And stop. See, the air brakes helped. What else is out and about that shouldn't be? You. See, look at me. I'm actually putting things away. I'm being neat and tidy for once. Indicators can go on. See, look. Using indicators. Turning left. For once. Exactly. Will this fit into the shed with the other equipment? Cart would be happy for a minute. So would Fahy. Fahy hates when I just abandon stuff everywhere as well. Oh, this totally fits. Wonderful. Do do do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do do. Oh, this doesn't have any lights. Do do. Do do do. Do do do. Do. Am I feeling okay? Mostly. I would like to point out, by the way, if nobody's ever seen this, how hilariously derpy the Profi Hopper looks with the lights on. Am I feeling okay? Ernie asks as I turn on every light I can. Oh wait, there's more lights in there. There should be a light switch somewhere. Where is the light switch? Are you the light switch? You're not the light switch. You might be the light switch. Oxy usually puts a light switch in to turn on every light in the yard. Where is it? What's with the full nuclear mode? I'm just making sure that everything's visible. Ah, light switch. Did that turn on every light in the yard? No, there are still lights that are not on. Aha, another light switch. Yes. For you see, now what I can do is I can come down here where it's going to be dark. Zip it into night. There's a plan at play here. Not quite as dark as I was hoping. So, it is now very dark indeed. See, look, very dark. And I've just noticed you can see all the lights in town. That's very nice. But in the yard, look, all bright and shiny. Especially the shed of the sun. See, look, all bright, and I'm not sure where the light's coming from in this shed, but just accept that there's light coming into that shed somehow. More sunlight. More light. All of the light. The lights are all on. I can see around the yard because the lights are on. See? That's what the plan was. That's why I went full nuke alarm mode. Let's bring it through. Did I remember to feed the cows? Oh, clearly I didn't. We'll bring it through the morning and hope none of the cows die. None of the cows died. Great success. The downside of having it on ×5 speed, which I'm going to keep it on for a while, is that, also, where's the... you? Yeah, the cows are just going to... How much slurry have they made now? 61,000 litres. Yeah, having a lot of cows is a pain, but this farm will be organic in no time. Uh-oh. I reversed into a thing that I shouldn't have. See, look at how much manure we've got already. The pile is actually visible. Back over to the Unimog. Seems legit. Is there, it's in MISC, isn't it? Telehandler. Is there no adapter to make that a front loader? That kind of looks like it could go on a front loader. Because in an ideal world, I'd actually want to use the loader for that. By the way, plan for the rest of the stream is just to bring it through to late spring so that tomorrow, or probably not tomorrow, I do want to play a different game tomorrow. Likely some X-Plane. Well, the plan for the rest of the stream is just to get through to late spring, so we will be finishing up quite soon. I need to run a quick check on the 2 questionable fields. They're planted. Field 24 has failed germination in an area, but that's fine. Most of the field is fine and is growing. I might be able to throw herbicide down on field 24 tomorrow as well. Or not tomorrow, next time at least. In fact, I might just feed up the cows and call it a stream there. How much food do the cows require? With a trailer or two. I forgot that the cows also eat the grass, so I wasn't going to run out of food for the cows. Because I think they've eaten some grass. Yeah, they've got 35,000 litres of grass, alfalfa, hay, windrow. Oh, it's more than just the one extra trailer then. But they are 100% clean, which is nice. And you can see why I decided that this huge feed mixer was a necessary purchase to begin with. Hello, Alex. You can possibly see why I decided the huge feed mixer was a good idea, because there is a lot of feed needed for these cows. It's much easier to just fill it full of bales than to try and make individual mixes. Another 2 or 3 trailers for the cows will do. Doesn't help that as I'm feeding them, they are eating some of the stuff that I've already put in. Yep, seems legit. There we go. Oh, that's the cow's full of foods. Fandabadoozy. Now, before we finish up completely, because I will warn you now, we will be finishing quite soon. I actually want to get the sprayer out of storage here. Because I want to do a herbicide test. Uh, 855 litres will do. Actually, I'll pick up more just because if it works, it'll save me driving up next time. Because I want to test herbicide in field 24. Also, can I just point out that the hedges look particularly beautiful in seasons? Excuse me, wall coming through. The hedges do look particularly nice in seasons for some reason. Full of corned beef. I've not had corned beef in a couple of weeks now. Granted, it's not really an essential, so there's a good reason. I had some chocolate last night, which was very nice. But I am generally eating less because, you know, there's no point in running to the shop just to get like 2 things. If I want something from the shop, it's usually an essential. Alex, yes? Does this work? It works! Alex. Alex. We can herbicide the field. Look. It's working. The herbicide. It's killing the weeds. Why is the lighting thing not letting you put the in-view maps in seasons? I don't know. There's the bit where I was messing about earlier and complaining. So, okay. I have to wait for the seed, the field to germinate before I can really get herbicide in. I know that I don't necessarily have to, but that seems like if I fertilize immediately, that's what the best option is. Because like now I'm killing the weeds and preventing any more from growing in this field. Are there any weed problems in the other fields? Field 2 has no issues. Field 1 has some, so yeah, I'll go to field 1 after this with the sprayer. And we can solve all of life's problems with 1 dose of deadly, deadly herbicides. Is it going to kill the stage 1? Oh, it kills all the weeds. That's fantastic. This is best news. I don't know why it got fussy before, but I've definitely got it working now. Toxic chemicals. But I think I'm going to end the stream there now that we've succeeded. I'm gonna see if there are many over on Twitch that I can... I've got 13 on Twitch. Let's see if I can throw the Twitch crew over to somebody else. Who is doing some farm sim on Twitch? Am I even following like farm sim? I'll send you guys over to Johnny. He's not quite as PG as me. Actually, I'll send you guys over to Cornish because he is very good and he is PG. So just stream. Is there a way to like raid? How do I do this? Chat settings. I was in. I'm not very good at Twitch. I'm sorry. Raid channel. I want to raid Cornish. Cornish Guardian. Yes. Start a raid. Go over and tell him hi. Until next time, guys, on YouTube and Twitch, stay safe and goodbye.